So I'm going to use an upholstery needle for what we're doing here. It's just a rounded, kind of like a half circle. And that's because unlike sewing, where you're going in and out of something, you're not going to be able to reach behind. So that's as fancy as our tools are getting today. Anyway, this piece, I don't want to put a pin there because it's adding to the bulk. I've trimmed this piece down as far as we're going to take it. Getting caught on my bracelet here. And I'm just going to, almost like pinning it, I'm going to put in a couple stitches just to keep it out of my way. So I'm really loosely, quickly going to go around this piece. If you like beautiful stitches, look away because I'm doing the fast and dirty stitch here. Iron that off. All this is going to be covered up so it doesn't matter what it looks like. This is a doubled thread in case I didn't point that out. I'm going to switch back over to a straight needle for a second, and I've double threaded my needle here, and I'm going to cut off the end of the loop I just tied so there are no stragglies. And this is a very visible part of your sofa, so what I want you to do is not start where we're going to start. We're going to backtrack a little bit so we don't see that knot ever. So I'm putting my needle in there just to kind of hide the thread. So I've got that hidden there, and then I'm going to push in to the fold here with my needle, and I'm going to come up, stay in, all the way to the point where I want to start. You can see I really started down here, but I'm coming down here. So take your hand and make sure you have your fold just how you want. And what we're going to do is by hand, we're going to go back in, back and forth. Just take your time. Put on a fun movie. It's going to take a while. And we're going to go in. I'm pushing in from the side and coming up like that. And what this is going to do is help us to not see our stitches. Just keep playing with your hand until you get it where you want it. And then I'm going to come down. Now if these stitches pop over the years, you'll just go in and stitch them back in just like you did. That's one of the beauties of not using any fancy tools. It'll make mending stuff a breeze. And if your family is as rough on furniture as mine is, things will pop and fray and be destroyed over the years. sure you're not pulling it too tight, but at the same time, you don't want any bubbles of thread left out. Every once in a while, I'm going to go in just to make it extra secure to the kind of the back where you can't really see here, and I'm going to tie a knot just to make it extra strong. So there's a knot every, I don't know, every inch or so. Now just keep reminding yourself of where that end point's going to be so you don't sew any more than you have to. I've still got about that ways to go. See, that's starting to take shape. I'm gonna go ahead and take out this pin, and you can see my fold is still there. Huzzah! All right, let's see here, a little bit further. I'm gonna go ahead and tie another knot. It's been a while since I did that. Just tying it under the thing where you won't really be able to see it. Oh, we may be there. Do a couple more stitches. We're pretty much to the point where I don't have to sew anymore. Oh, we got a lot of sewing to do. Who am I kidding? Okay, so this is low enough that it's going to be covered. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to do some knotting. Do one more. And I'm going to switch back over to my upholstery needle for a second. Because you can see this is moving a little. And I'm going to keep throwing more and more layers on it. So I just want to take right here where you're not going to see anything. I'm going to go in and just put a couple stitches just to keep it from moving. making sure to stay below where this fold is going to come over so you don't ever see this. If your fingers get sore quickly, just grab a thimble. That's going to keep that in place. Okay, so what we're going to do is every single one of these, we're going to do that same thing. So I'm going to separate this one out. So this is our next one. So that same technique, we're going to come down below where we're going to start so that we don't see that ugly end of the thread. And I'm going to go into the fabric, and I'm on the inside of that fold. You can't see my needle, all the way up to where we're starting. And we're just going to do that same thing. We're going to go slowly working our way down. Remember every once in a while to pause and tie, because it's very easy for this thread to just break if you're pulling and you're stuck on something. And you don't want to have to redo all your hard work. So I'm going to take a pause and I'm going to hide and tie off. See, it's constantly taking your hand over, smoothing, pulling. It's a constant readjustment when you're taking your pins out and all that stuff. Okay, we're going to keep going till we get to the point where it's not covered by the next piece. So I think we've got about that much further to go. Okay, this is all going to be covered from this point on. So I'm going to go ahead and tie off. thing too, I was out of thread. Okay, I'm not gonna show you the next one because it's the same as these exact two. I'll come back in again for the end here.